If you're feeling stuck, life feels just a little bit overwhelming right now, or you're caught in this endless cycle of wanting to change but just not knowing where to start, you're not alone. I've been there and I completely get it. You don't have to overhaul your entire life to feel better, more confident, and more in control. You can start literally right now with what you have. In today's video, I am sharing 10 easy habits that you can do to break out of the rut, reset your mind, and show up as the best version of yourself. I am filming this at the tail end of December, so it's the last video with our cozy Christmas decor, and in honor of that, I decided to make a cozy coffee in my favorite gingerbread house mug. So make yourself a cozy cup of coffee or tea, and let's get into exactly the 10 easy habits that you can do in 2025 to show up as your best self. Because it's truly the small, consistent habits that make the biggest changes. Plus, the best version of yourself is already within you. We just have to bring it to the surface. So good. Habit number 1, watch what you say and how you say it. Your words are so powerful. We all throw words around every single day, not even thinking about it. But have we ever truly considered the power that they hold? Words are literally spells and they carry energy. So the words you say to yourself, the conversations that you have with others, the things that you put into your ears, they all affect your reality in a way that you may not realize. Think about it. When you wake up and your first thought is, ugh, I'm so tired, how do you think the rest of your day is gonna go? It sets such a negative tone for everything else. Now imagine starting your day with, I've got this. I'm ready to tackle anything that comes my way. That's a totally different energy, right? Your words are literally like seeds, so whatever you plant and nurture, that will grow. So if you are constantly telling yourself, I'll never be good enough, I can't do this, those are the beliefs that you're nurturing and that you're watering. But if you choose to plant words like, I'm capable, I deserve good things, you are going to build a foundation of confidence and success and self-love. And it's not just what you say to yourself. It's about what you allow into your mind. The music you listen to, the podcasts that you follow, the conversations that you engage in, they all contribute to the stories you believe about yourself and the world around you. Surround yourself with words that inspire you, that uplift you, and they remind you of your worth. And whenever you catch yourself saying something negative, just pause and reframe it. So instead of saying, I'm so bad at this, just say, I'm learning and I'm getting better and better every day. It might feel a little awkward at first, but I promise you those little shifts are going to make such a huge difference. It might feel a little awkward at first, but trust me, those little shifts do add up. And remember that your words have the power to either lift you up or tear you down. So choose your words wisely. Your glow up starts with the way that you speak to yourself and what you let into your world. Habit number 2 is to prioritize your morning and night routines. When it comes to setting the tone for your day and your life in general, there are 2 secret weapons that you might be overlooking, and that is your morning routine and your night routine. These are the moments that literally bookend your day. They hold the power to shape how you feel, how productive that you are, and how well that you care for yourself. So first, let's start with mornings, because how you wake up matters. If you rush out of bed, immediately grab your phone, and then run to your to-do list, you're going to be starting your day basically on autopilot. You're going to be reacting instead of creating. But whenever you prioritize a mindful morning routine, you set yourself up to be more intentional, more focused, and way more energized. And no, it does not need to be this long, complicated routine filled with a dozen different habits that social media tells you that you have to do to have a successful life. I'm saying to just carve out a few minutes for yourself every single morning, and I promise you it will completely transform your day. Whether it's stretching, drinking water, journaling, reading, whatever it is, it's about really just prioritizing your mindset and your energy before the world can even start pulling at you. Now, your night routine is just as important, and in my opinion, I think it's actually a little bit more important than your mornings, and I feel like it can often be neglected because I know for me, if I have a really rough night, my morning is completely affected. Whether I don't sleep or I don't set myself up for success, my morning is 10 times harder. How well you wind down at night is gonna affect how you rest, and then how well rested you are is gonna dictate how your next day goes. So if you are working up until you go to bed, watching a bunch of TV, scrolling on your phone, you're not giving your body that time it needs to fully wind down and relax. And I am a firm believer that a good morning routine starts with a good night routine. So instead, this might mean dimming the lights, reading a book, maybe do your gratitude journal for a few minutes, or just completely disconnecting from screens altogether. This really helps your mind calm down, it helps it unwind. So this is your sign to create a morning and night routine, even if they're only 10 minutes each, that truly aligns with you and helps you feel recharged. And just start with something simple. Maybe do a little stretching and journaling in the morning, and then maybe do a no phones within 30 minutes of going to bed at night. You will be absolutely amazed at how these small rituals can really anchor your day, create more balance, and help you feel more grounded. Remember, how you start your day and end your day affects everything in between. So prioritize your routines, because I promise you, they are not just habits, they are truly the foundation to build the best, most energized version of yourself. Habit number 3 has really changed the game for me, and that is to always do the hardest thing on your to-do list first. Tony Robbins actually talks about this, and he calls it slaying your dragons first. Doing that hardest thing first is going to give you so much momentum. It builds your confidence and gives you a sense of momentum to carry you on throughout your day. And let's be honest, when that one hard thing is out of your way, everything else feels like a breeze. And the longer you wait, the more the task weighs down on you, and it just really just drains your energy. I know for me, if I have something that I know is going to be a little bit harder, it is going to be more energy exerted from me, I want that thing done now, okay? I wanted it done yesterday. I want it off of my chest, off of my plate, so that I can focus on the lighter, easier tasks throughout my day. And no one wants to sit there and waste energy just thinking about having to do this task or waiting until the end of the day to do it. Get it done right away. Plus, once you're coming out of your morning routine, at least for me, I am primed, I am ready to go, so I'm at like this peak productive state where I can take on that hardest thing and knock it out in a breeze. So that's kind of another thing that's really helpful with it, is you do your morning routine that gets you energized, gets you focused, and then you go right into that hardest thing first, and everything else is a breeze after that. Time for a sip of coffee. My goodness, I love this coffee. So good. So next habit is to have a reset routine. Having a reset routine is a non-negotiable. You cannot level up if you are just drowning in chaos. Level ups happen whenever you create the space for them. A reset routine helps you just shake off the clutter, both mental and physical, that feel like they're holding you back. It's a chance to tidy your space, recharge your mind, and to really just realign with that person that you're working so hard to become. And no, this does not have to be a long, elaborate, hours-long ritual. It can be as simple as journaling, stretching, going grocery shopping, setting your timer for 30 minutes, and just straightening up your home. The magic in a reset routine is not in how fancy that it is, it's in how consistently that you do it. So little resets done regularly will make such a big difference. I love to do mine weekly just to refresh our space, just regather my thoughts and make sure, like, kind of like a little check-in. Like, how am I doing? Am I hitting my routine? Am I hitting my habits? What's our progress looking like? It's really important to have these check-ins with yourself in these reset routines, and they keep you on track because they keep you energized and they keep you focused. Plus, they feel amazing when they're done. Just knowing that your space is clean, your to-do list is all organized, your plans are all set out, knowing it's all done is just like a weight lifted off your shoulders, and it just makes the execution of things later in the future that much simpler. Habit number 5 is to look at and connect with your action board or vision board every single day. Habit number 5 is to look at your vision board or your action board multiple times a day. Vision boards and action boards are so much fun to make, and I just love looking at them, especially whenever they're just initially made. But as time goes on and you get wrapped up in your day-to-day, at least I personally will start to look at it less and less. And this is a huge problem because your vision board or your action board has to be your anchor. It's designed to be a roadmap to your future. And when you're going somewhere, shouldn't you be looking at the map multiple times to make sure you're going in the right direction? And every time you look at it, you are aligning yourself with the version of you that has made those dreams a reality. And that cannot happen if you make it, you look at it for a week, and then you just tuck it away and don't look at it for weeks or months at a time. Every time you look at it, it's like giving your little brain a nudge and saying like, hey, this is where we're headed. This is where we're going. When you're looking at your vision board or your action board, which if you don't know what an action board is, I talked about it in not my last video, but the video before that. I can link it above exactly what it is and how I made it. But if you're looking at either one of those, instead of just flat out looking at it, you have to really embody the feeling of having those things, because what you focus on expands. Your mind is constantly filtering information. So if you're able to keep your goals front and center, it's going to be way more open to any opportunities, any ideas or solutions that present themselves. You'll be able to see it so much clearer than if you were distracted thinking about something else or weren't even thinking about your goals in general. You would be so closed off to any potential opportunities. It's kind of like a radio station, if you think about it, because obviously the universe is energy and you want to be at the frequency of your vision. So if you're tuning into a radio, you have to tune into that particular frequency to get to that station. And it's this exact same thing with your goals. When you're looking at your vision board or your action board, you're tuning into that frequency to tap into that frequency your goals are on. So don't just glance at your board, really truly connect with it. So just take a moment to yourself and imagine what achieving those goals will feel like. Picture yourself having that life. And this is going to start training your brain to believe that what you're working towards is absolutely possible. And when you believe something, you are way more likely to act on it. So if you have an action board or you have a vision board, use it as a tool to stay accountable. Let it guide your daily decisions. And on the days where you're tempted to procrastinate, this board is your reminder that this is where we're headed. This is what we're working towards, and this is why we're doing it. We're showing up no matter what. Because the key to all of this is consistency. So keep your board in a place where you will often see it, whether it is on your desk, it's your wallpaper on your phone or your laptop, just wherever you're going to see this vision board or action board where it's easily accessible, that is where it needs to be. Let it be your visual anchor to pull you back into your goals whenever life tries to distract you, because I promise you it will. Now let's talk about one of the simplest but most powerful habits that you can build, and that is moving your body daily. And no, I'm not talking about a whole bunch of intense workouts or chasing a bunch of fitness trends. It's about showing up for yourself in a way that energizes your body, it clears your mind, and realigns you with your best self. Because movement is more than affecting you physically. It affects you mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. It doesn't matter if it's just a walk around the block or just having a dance party in your kitchen. The point is to make sure that you're moving. Think about how you feel after you've just been sitting all day. You feel sluggish and you feel lethargic. At least I do. Now compare that to how you feel after you've had a really good walk or an amazing stretch. You feel lighter and you can think so much better. And that's because movement literally changes your state. Personally, if I've been sitting for too long, I get so antsy. So making sure that I'm getting up and actually moving makes such a big difference, because around the time whenever I was like 12 or 13 years old, I had a huge growth spurt over one summer, and because of that, I developed scoliosis in my back. And while I've kind of grown out of it, I do still have a lot of lower back pain. So getting up and making sure I'm moving is such a big deal for me, because if not, My back hurts, y'all. It's not a good feeling. So movement is so crucial for me. It shakes off your stress, it gets your blood flowing, and it also just sends all the good feeling chemicals to your brain and gives you a really good boost in your mood and your energy. Daily movement is about momentum and being able to do it every day, so you need to just do what feels good to you. You do not have to commit to an hour-long workout or hit the gym every single day. Just start small. Do 5 minutes of yoga, 10 minutes of stretching, or just take the stairs instead of the elevator. And the goal here is to not become a fitness guru. It's to build a habit that supports you no matter what kind of day that you're having. Plus, movement is a form of self-care. It's a way of reminding yourself that you matter, your body deserves attention, and that you're capable of creating energy instead of just waiting for it to show up. So do it not because you have to, but because you get to. Let it be a celebration of what your body can do. Habit number 7 is to prioritize good hygiene. And I'm talking past wearing deodorant or taking showers because we should be doing that anyway. At least I hope so. I'm talking true self-care. Going the extra mile to take care of yourself and make sure that you're presenting your best self to the world. Do not overlook the confidence that comes with good hygiene. There's just something unshakable whenever you know that you are fresh, you're clean, your hair is done, and you are presenting the best you possible to the world. That confidence literally radiates, and people can feel that. That confidence is the kind of confidence that ripples into everything, into your work, your conversations, and even in the way that you carry yourself. And honestly, in my eyes at least, good hygiene is an act of self-respect. When you take time to take care of yourself, you are reinforcing that belief that you are worth the effort. And that belief is going to build self-esteem. And self-esteem is the key to leveling up in any area of your life. Because whenever you feel good and you radiate that confidence, that's exactly the energy that you're going to get back. Just think about it for a second. How do you feel after you've had your everything shower? Your hair is nice and clean, it's curled, you're wearing an outfit that you love, your self-tan is fresh, your nails are painted, your makeup is done just the way you like, you feel refreshed, you feel energized and probably unstoppable, right? That's because hygiene isn't just a physical appearance. It's literally tied to your emotional and mental state. And no, it's not about being perfect or again, having a 10-step routine. It's just about intentionally taking that time for yourself. It's in those moments that you say, I am worthy of care. I deserve to feel my best. So take the time to create a skincare regimen that you look forward to, or to paint your nails a new color, or try that new hairstyle. Because whenever your body feels clean and cared for, it shows in everything that you do, from your posture to the way that you interact with others. So do not underestimate the power of prioritizing your hygiene. It is not just a routine, it's a ritual, a daily commitment to your well-being. Because whenever you feel good in your skin, you can handle literally anything that life throws your way. Habit 8 is to remember your future. And you might be saying, Michaela, what the heck are you talking about? The future hasn't happened. How can I even remember it? Well, have you ever thought about the fact that your brain does not know the difference between a memory of the past or a vision of your future? That's what makes this concept so powerful. Remember your future. This is something that Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about a lot. It's a practice where you imagine the future that you want as if it's already happening. And not just in a vague, wishful thinking kind of way, but with clarity, with emotion, and with intention. When you vividly imagine your future and you feel the emotions of having it, you are literally rewiring your brain and body to match that vision. And yes, your brain is a recorder of past experiences, but it's also the creator of your future. So whenever you keep reliving your old stories, your failures, your fears, your limitations, you are training your mind to stay stuck in those patterns. But whenever you are able to remember your future, you break out of those old loops, and then you start to program your brain to expect something new. So think about it. If you can mentally rehearse the life that you want, your brain will start to believe that it's real. And we do this, but most of the time it's in a negative way. For instance, if you think about a situation or an instance that really upset you and made you really frustrated and you just think about it all the time and replay that moment in your head, your brain doesn't understand that that's a past memory, and it's gonna train your body and your brain to keep feeling those emotions. But when you can do this in a positive way with your goals, it realigns you to make the choices and the actions and your energy to align with your goals. It's not about dreaming, it's literally about feeling. The emotion of it is the secret sauce. When you feel gratitude, excitement, or pride for a future that hasn't happened yet, it trains your body to believe that that's actually possible. It allows you to truly step into that reality right now. So every day, pause and ask yourself, who am I becoming? What does my best future look like? Because whenever you are remembering your future, you're not only thinking about it, you are literally creating it. Habit number 9 is very simple, but my goodness gracious, it is so important, and that is to hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. It's the simplest thing, but is truly the foundation of everything your mind and body needs to truly thrive. Think about it, your body is made mostly of water. It powers your brain, it regulates your energy, it keeps your skin glowing, and even helps with regulating your mood. When you're hydrated, you think clearer and you function at your best. And most of us do not drink a lot of water, or even enough water. We feel tired and lethargic and we reach for a coffee or a soda, but we don't realize that in that moment, dehydration is probably the real culprit behind being hungry and being tired. So make your hydration a priority, and you can make it fun by getting a water bottle that you love and that you're actually excited to drink from, and that'll keep you sipping on it throughout the day. And I think you'll notice a huge difference with your water intake. I have my Stanley actually right here. I always have it close by. I love it so much. I take it everywhere with me, and it has seriously helped me with my water drinking because I did not have a cute water bottle before, and it was just kind of hit or miss if I was drinking enough. So that has made a huge difference for me. So find a water bottle that you love, that you can take with you places, and that's gonna really motivate you to drink more water. My rule of thumb, every single time I pick up my Stanley, aside from just then, is my 10-second rule. So that is to drink water consistently for 10 seconds while I'm holding it. And make it even more interesting, you can add lemon, you can add berries, you can add a cucumber, you can even bless your water with intention, because water does hold energy. So if you're able to bless your water, it's just another way to elevate your manifesting. Just turn your hydration into a little mini self-care ritual. You will be more productive, more focused, and you will physically start to radiate from the inside out. So let this be your reminder to drink your water. Your body will thank you, your mind will thank you, and your future self will thank you too. Habit number 10 has been a huge game changer for me, and that is to eat a savory, high protein breakfast. Let's be real here for a second. Your morning breakfast can either fail you or it can fuel you. A savory, high protein breakfast is going to do so much more for you than just fill you up. It jumpstarts your metabolism, it gives your brain the fuel that it needs to focus, and it keeps you feeling full and energized for literally hours. And the protein here is really the star of the show because it stabilizes your blood sugar, it curbs your cravings, and it keeps you from reaching for a snack like an hour later. If you have seen any of my previous videos, you'll know how much I preach this, and that's because I used to be the girl who would roll out of bed and immediately beeline it to my coffee maker and drink my coffee on an empty stomach. And I would have the worst crash not even an hour later, and then I would stuff my face with whatever I could find because I could just feel myself getting weak and shaky, and it was just horrible. So I switched over to having a savory, high protein breakfast before my coffee, and holy guacamole, the difference was just out of this world. I just didn't have the crash. I stayed at a very level energy level. Yeah, my energy levels stayed very stabilized, and I wasn't even as hungry throughout the day. I snack so much less whenever I have a high protein breakfast. Think about the times where you've had like a sugary cereal for breakfast or some kind of pastry. About an hour later, you're feeling either hungry, you're feeling jittery, or you just feel very lethargic. and that's the sugar crash talking. But whenever you opt for a high protein meal like eggs or Greek yogurt, or even just a protein packed smoothie, you set yourself up to have more sustained energy and a sharper mindset. And the key here is to make it easy on yourself. So plan ahead if you need to. What I do is I make sure that we have egg bites prepped every single week so that I take away the excuse of not having time to cook. A little effort up front can truly make a difference in how your day unfolds. All right, you guys, well, those are my 10 easy habits to actually glow up in 2025. Everything here is very simple, very actionable, and I know that you can do it. You don't have to do all of them, but I do feel like doing at least one of them will help you feel like you're on the right track, because I do understand it can feel very overwhelming because you may be wanting to make a lot of changes right now. You may not want to either, and that's okay, but I do assume if you're watching this video that you do. So just take it one step at a time, and I am here for you, and I am so excited for you and for everything you're going to accomplish this year. I cannot wait to spend it with you. So truly, thank you so much for watching and for being here. If this video did help you out, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. And again, thank you so much for spending time with me and for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.